Alright.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm riding the new Ducati Monster 937. Of course, this is the full review of this bike is going to be on Bikes Republic, but for my own YouTube channel I want to tell you exactly what I actually like about this, and there are a couple of things that I don't quite like about it. So I'm here in Port Dickson together with Amirul, who's behind the camera. He's riding the Honda Africa Twin. Show them your bike. Which is a fantastic bike, and I'm going to jump on that later after this. We are on our way to Malacca actually. But having ridden the new Monster, one second, I have to say that impressed, not so impressed. What am I not so impressed with? Well, I'll get to that later. Let's get to the parts that I really like about this bike. I really like the fact that it's 18 kilograms lighter than the previous generation Monsters. How did Ducati do that? Well, they did that by ditching the old frame of the bike in favor of something called a front frame, which is as simple as it gets. The frame is at the front, right? So the engine is mounted to the frame. It's a stressed member of the frame. This is the frame over here. Then you get the subframe over here that is mounted to the front frame, and everything else is just mounted onto the front frame. This simple thing alone has saved 18 kilograms, which is a huge achievement in the world of naked bikes. Dry weight is 166 kg, which is just about 20 or 30 kilograms heavier than something like, let's say, the Modena's Domina. The Modena's Domina, 20 or 30 kilograms heavier than a 373cc bike. So that is the achievement over there. So the other thing that I like about this are the electronics. It comes with everything from launch control, Ducati wheelie control, which stops the bike from wheeling. It also comes with the Ducati Quick Shifter, which is the other part of my gripe, but I'll get to that later. And it also comes with Ducati, and also comes with ride modes. The ride modes are easily selectable over here. If you see this, I hope you're able to see it.
Yep.
It comes with Sport, Touring, Urban, all default back. So these are the riding modes. How do you engage the riding modes? It's actually simple enough to engage it on the fly. You just got to select it with that selector over here, press and hold. Select it with this switches over here, press and hold, and once it's selected, all you got to do is just roll off the throttle for about 2 or 3 seconds, maybe even less than that. It's super easy. In fact, I would go as far to say that even if you are just starting off in the world of superbikes, in the world of naked bikes, the new generation Ducati Monster is a really friendly monster. It may be really powerful. It has 937cc, no doubt. In fact, it's the same engine that also powers the Hypermotard and also powers the Ducati Super Sport. So in terms of performance, it's brilliant. At the front, I did think that the suspension is a bit too wallowish, but that's because the adjustable monoshock suspension at the back is still in its factory setting. I didn't adjust it. I would have preferred it to be a little more stiffer, because in its current setting, as we are coming out of a corner and you get on the throttle, the back tends to squat. So if the back squats, the front feels it starts to wallow, and it's a very unnerving feeling. But that's about it. The other thing about this bike that I don't quite like also, or not to say don't quite like, I don't quite understand, is the Ducati Quick Shifter. Because on the upshifts, it's perfectly fine. It works both upshift and downshift, by the way. So on the upshift, it's perfectly fine. It works like a dream. But on the downshift, especially in sport mode, is where I notice that there are times where you actually have to roll off the throttle for it to work. It happened to me once. Then I was like, maybe it's just an error, or maybe it's just an electronic gremlin. Let's call it that. But then it happened again 4, 5, 6 times, and that's where I was like, WTF? It didn't happen in touring mode. It only happened in sport mode. So that is something that I'll bring up with Ducati when I return the bike tomorrow. The other thing that I don't quite like over here is how cheap everything feels. You know, it just These are just like soft rubber hoses. So I think better effort could be put here. But then again, this is a Ducati Monster. It's meant to be, you know, there's a ton of aftermarket accessories out there. So this can be easily fixed. In terms of quality, that's where the bad things end. Because the good things start with the switches. Switches feel very good quality, man. Let's show them. See how good everything feels? Everything feels very nice to touch. Even the color LCD screen is crisp. Everything about it is super cool. There's no delay, there's no flickering, there's no pixelation. It's amazing. For a bike that costs 70,000 ringgit. So for an Italian bike, right? The other thing that I don't like, but this is just my personal gripe, is the fact that it doesn't come with a single-sided swing arm. It is my utmost belief that Ducati Monsters should come with single-sided swing arms. Ducati is not going to be happy, but that doesn't matter, that's just my opinion. Okay, I'm not done complaining. I just want to show you something else. Put this here. The other thing I don't like is the size of this bike. In corners, it feels very nice, it feels very obliging, there's a flow to this. But sitting on this, I'm about 6 feet tall. I never fail to mention this in all my reviews. So check out where my knees are. It feels very small. You know, even the sitting position is like that. So I think if you're a taller rider such as myself, I think you'll find this a little bit uncomfortable. Perhaps there is a taller seat option. I'm not quite aware of whether there is or not, but it's very easy to add some padding to this. So yeah, add some padding, especially if you're taller. The engine, beautiful, 937cc, 111 horsepower, 90 something Newton meters of torque. Power delivery is silky smooth. Of course, it comes with drive modes, ride modes, so it's super easy to go through all the ride modes as you are moving along. So in terms of power delivery, beautiful. I'm also quite impressed by the fuel consumption of this bike. I left from Kota Damansara earlier with a full tank, slightly less than a full tank. Now we are in Port Dickson. We did some highway riding, we did some back roads riding at speeds that I really shouldn't be mentioning here. And I still have a half tank left. About slightly less than a half tank actually. So not bad. Fuel consumption is not bad. And this engine is not fully run in yet. It's only done 628 km. So beautiful. So all in all, I also should let you hear how it sounds like. That's the beautiful sound of the Testastretta 11 degrees engine. So fantastic in terms of power delivery. It's a tried and tested engine. There's no complaints about it. Electronically, there's no complaints about it. Just some minor gripes about the handling, but that I think can be easily adjustable by adjusting the rear monoshock. Quality, well, like I said, there's millions of aftermarket accessories out there. So all in all, it's a beautiful bike. I have to show you this, the halo headlight. It really jives in with the entire aura of the Monster. So all in all, especially for 70,000 ringgit, it seems like a decent buy. Whether there are better buys out there, well, this is not a comparison. I'm here to review the Monster. I think you're getting a really good value for money over here. And the fact is, you only need to service this every 30,000 kilometers. 30,000 kilometers, which is roughly about once a year, once every year and a half. Brilliant. And you know, there's always a concern about the Ducati Desmo service as well, which can be quite expensive. Not for this bike. You only need to do it also every 30,000 kilometers. Fantastic. All in all, no complaints. It also comes with a 2-year warranty. 70,000 ringgit for the new Ducati Monster 937. Brilliant. And just some issues here and there, easily overlooked. Ducati Monster, thank you for watching. Do consider subscribing. Thank you.